There we go.
All right, we are up and running.
Streamed.
All right, welcome everybody to just after the kickoff of the NBFL Divisional round playoff game in the AFC between the Icelandic Dolts and the number one seed Miami Corona Blights. First time we've seen Miami in the playoffs this season. They had the bye. Big knockout.
Stevenson already knocked out. Zero tackle left on the pitch for Astaflix. This might be insane, but I think he maybe should have had Dwight's screened, to be honest.
I mean, the odds of him getting broke are not insignificant, but they're also not a ton. But yeah, he's definitely a key player. I guess the problem when you're Asti is that you've got so many key players you want to screen, so you're Vampire, Berserker, Vampire, Catcher, your other Vampire Catcher, and of course your Dirty Player.
Yeah, I mean, I just, having the tackle usable makes sense to me, especially because, all of Rel's...
Oh, Dwight is minus AV. Okay, I thought he was still AV8.
Yeah, that was the thing, right? If he was still AV8, I'd understand it a bit more. I actually think it would still probably be worth doing, but...
Baz, were you asking for KOs or what was the deal?
I asked for them to both kill every player with stats on the other team.
That seems reasonable. Speaking of stats,
and this, you're seeing both of them kind of target the player. I think that they're real worried about. Obviously, like the gutters on Rel's team's amazing. The runners are amazing on Asti's team, but getting rid of the tackle for Rel.
And plus, this blitzer is the one player who makes defensive plays.
Yeah, he's the major sack threat because all of the gutter runners have went block instead of wrestle, which, still with a whiz.
Some of them were draftees. Yeah. But yeah.
Gark, actually, I think this is basically a coin flip game. Going into it, right before anything happened, obviously, the turn one removal matters. From each side, right? This is one where, if I was Rel, I get why he didn't, but I seriously would have considered dropping that 4-strength block line rat so I could have 14 players instead of 12. I know it's worked for the season largely, but I do think that Rel's been trying to ride no players a bit too much. He
is 7-7-0.
Yeah, he is, and
but all it takes is one game in the playoffs and you're out.
Yeah, and there's overtime now, right? Like in the regular season, you can play for draws. You don't really care. He also played a schedule that, he had quite a few games where he was getting a lot of inducements. He's not, he didn't get a ton here. Wizards really nice, but it's not helping your bench. It's not helping with Babes or Appos or anything. He's not going to get much in the next game. He might not get much in the final. So it's just a bit harder. It's not a massive thing. Obviously, it's worked well. And, Real definitely plays rats differently than me. So I'm not going to sit here and just say, I'm right, he's wrong. But it's not the way I do it. So obviously, I think I'm right, he's wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, he's done really well, right? It's second season in a row. He's had a great record. He has to make the Super Bowl with rats first.
Who did he get knocked out by last season? Was it
J-Mun?
Okay.
Yeah. And again, I think he had 13 players on roster for that game. Now, that one he did get
probably quite a
star. And is along with the Wizard and I think a Babe. So, he had 14. But, if you look, when I was playing rats, I'd have seasons where I kind of did what he did, where I wasn't necessarily replacing players to make sure I still had cash. But I just think that it's a bit farther than I would have gone. I think that there would have been an argument to go to 15 players and just not take the Wizard at all. If you kept the strength 4, I don't think that would have been unreasonable. The Wizard is, is good, but like, I mean, and obviously if the ball hits the ground, you're in this great spot, but it's very much a coin flip play now. It's not like it was in CRP where it was a 2+.
Yeah, and especially since the two catchers, runners, whatever they are both plus strength, if I recall.
Yeah, I mean, every player that
they're not going to
matters is plus strength, right? Now on the other side, I mean, it's massive against Rel because you can zap, and if you take out a gutter, I mean, that's pretty big. Another KO. I mean, they're big just in that they're not casualties, but like, you know, I definitely get Rel receiving, right? I think in Rel's mind, you know, if receiving makes it, you know, worst case scenario, you're probably getting a 1-turn chance to go to overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious if he's going to try to stall this out or not. Or if he's thinking quick score and try to use the wizard to go up 2-0 early and then just, you know, coast in.
I don't want to give Asti 6 turns to beat on me. I think I would like to stall this out if I could.
I mean, you're giving him time to beat on you no matter what you do.
That's true.
I mean, it's, you know, I'm not saying score next turn by any way. I think that when I was playing Rats, I lost some winnable games by scoring a turn or two earlier than I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
But I just...
There's a foul in tackle zones.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay. And I mean, third player does his job. -1. I mean...
Is Steve Grogan worth it?
With fouling?
No, the apothecary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's such a strange player, though.
I mean, he's the play. Like, if Rel wins that game, he's probably. I mean, he's the gutter I'd be most worried about as the Wood Elves.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just a matchup thing. The diving tackle is just such a big deal. The Edge 6 matters a little less when I can spread out. The 1-turns are obviously great, but they're redundant to an extent. I mean, you know, that their 1-turners are very good, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No.
All right, okay, let's get another one. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just... Oh, God. Oh
my God. They listened to me.
Wow, that's one way to get rid of a vampire.
What the fuck?
Vampire.
Yeah, that's nuts. AV7 when both sides have Mighty Blow, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, you know, we've got a bench of 1 left, even if all the total. Only winner here is best.
I think the winner is anybody who watches this video.
No, Garka, this is bad for me, right? Because this makes it harder for me to get a wizard against Asti, and how am I going to win without a wizard?
Carefully.
Yeah, what the hell was this?
Roll 6s. That's fair. Both apothecaries gone already, so whatever happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot here, definitely. I mean those are both massive, right? It's, you know, normally you'd say, hey, miss next game's fine, but
the next game's a AFC Championship game in theory.
Right. So, like, you know, well, and you still have 14 turns of this.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, to kill the other way, just
brutal.
Yeah, I mean, that's just such a big deal because I do think that the two catchers, God, I hate that they're called catchers.
Yeah.
Can we just, yeah.
Granted, I mean, there is technically a thrower on the roster, but...
Sure, but you can have a thrower and runners. I mean, like, I get when you stand those things, but it's still stupid.
Technically, there's skaven throwers and gutter runners on the same roster.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately for Asti, he loses a statted up catcher. Oh, too bad he doesn't have another one. Oh, wait. He do.
Yeah, and I mean, Lawless is, you know, if he wins this game, Lawless is the one he most wants in the next game. But, I mean,
the movement 8 is super useful and
right. Like, I think that the movement 8, the guard. I think that you can have an argument that Floki was his best player.
I think the sure hands Strength 4, Agility 4 specifically is very good against you.
Right, and so I mean,
Strength 4 leaping strip ball warding.
based on his division, like that changes what's best, definitely. I'd also like to point out that Asti's incredibly annoying attempts at cage dive. Yeah.
Oh. Maybe it's a good thing he doesn't have wrestle.
I mean that one should. I mean that one. If you're using him as a. Oh, there's the POW. Too late. If you're using
good attempt
him as a retriever, that one definitely needs block, right? I mean, I like having 2 wrestle gutters. I just think you need them because, but I do imagine that some of this is.
You don't take wrestle on your wood elf catchers a lot, do you?
No, but like every wood elf is a potential sacker, right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not great with wood elves, so.
Well, I mean, they're all Edge 4, straight up. And yeah, I was gonna say, that was why Asti was trying to get that extra SPP on that on Grimji because that could have been game winning there.
That was a very weird segment of that game. Unlikely and weird, but yeah, that could have mattered in the long run. Also, his TV would have been higher, so maybe Rel would have gotten double scores here.
This makes things
awkward,
somewhat interesting, right? I mean, you got to do a couple dodges now.
2-2-2.
I'm seeing. I do imagine when we see the score here. Yeah.
Could he run down and be relatively safe?
I mean, he could try. I mean, I think he's definitely going to think about it, but like, if you don't get the other gutter out, I mean, that's just, 3 plus 2 plus. It's not that hard, but I do think that there might be like I mean, he can definitely pace it, but Asti has 6 rerolls left. He's, if you're not going to GFI, right? So wherever you go, I mean, he can potentially get Grimgy there.
Yeah.
And like, it's just at a certain point, how much are you able to stall this out?
Yeah.
I mean, every turn matters for sure. Well, especially now, right? Because I mean, Asti's missing a player, lost a player that definitely helps him score quickly. So if you can give him a shorter drive, it's nice. If he had the reroll, I'd say yes, you're looking for the stall. Without it, I think you can definitely go either way on it a little bit more.
And we get our touchdown.
Dwight stays out. The
super blitzer
is back.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of
11 on 10.
Right? Let's see what.
God, this is weird. Because at first I'm like, okay, let's save the wizard for the second half. But then I'm like, what if we're already down to like 5 players for the second half?
I mean, you're waiting until you have the right chance, right? And I mean, one thing to remember, like, for as much as Asti kills, he really doesn't have that much mighty blow, right? I mean, he lost his mighty blow blitzer or berserker. I mean, he fired it at some point. He has the 2 ulfs and the snow troll, and then he has the dirty player. I mean, obviously all that's enough, but
through volume of blocks with frenzy and that, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is one thing that, like, I mean, I basically always kicked with rats. Although Rel did win the toss here, if you didn't know.
I did not. I got here late or went to
but like Norse are like one team. I think that receiving against that can make a lot of sense. I've been kicking against them with my wood elves, at least some, because I can at least disengage with the wood elves, right? But like the rats can't as well. But like I definitely do think sometimes scoring kind of mid-half, if you have a wizard and being like, okay, well, if my opponent gives me a chance, wizard can just win the game right there.
Well,
Okay.
Blitz can also win you the game right here. Of course, it's also going right to that back corner.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes out, obviously, like, this could get Rel in real trouble. If it stays in, though, I mean, you know, it's...
Asti could be in trouble.
Yeah, especially because, I mean, we've got the very sunny, so, you know, it's not... I mean, in Asti setup's not bad because Rel's so, like, centralized, right? Because, I mean, you kind of have to be against Norse, but he's still very up close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. God, Rel is such a weird team. Like, everybody's there to get the ball, but you don't have anybody outside the blitzer to, like, sack the ball.
Is it really weird having seven players, which are all 7 players who have skills, have stats? Is that strange?
It's nice.
Yeah. Used to be 8, too. Sadly for Asti, the other line rat died late in the season, which...
Unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I was somewhat sad, to be honest. I don't want Rel having a wizard against me, to be perfectly honest.
That's fair.
I was hoping to have one against him.
Mm. It's almost like wizards are really, really fucking good.
Yeah, they're a pretty big deal. I mean, this is...
Straight for the oath. Oh my god!
Damn. You know, this is Icelandic. I'd be sitting there wondering maybe we should have just lost to Doofer. No, not really. But yeah, I mean that's definitely a rough start. I mean that's also both mighty blows, well both noble mighty blows out of the game. All of a sudden, I mean, Rel being so light on players matters a little bit less. I mean, now it does this toss stay in and out is just such a big deal.
Oh,
okay, so that gives him something for sure. But he's gonna. I mean, he needs to.
Considering, wow, Rel doubles his season cash total.
There's like
that's a good time to do it.
I don't want to hear it, Rel. I don't want to hear it. You. I don't know about on the season, but what's up?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, Rel's team averages over 3 casualties a game since he's had it. That's a ton for us.
Giving? Like, giving out?
Yes.
Wow.
No, that's taking over 3 games. Damn, that's low.
Yeah.
Yes, never mind. I'm an idiot. He averages a little over 1 a game, which, I mean, hey, I mean, my, for reference, my Wood Elves have caused the exact same amount of casualties as Dwight Stevenson has. They've been around the same amount of time. But yeah, no, I mean, Rel's got to be happy. Those are 2 massive injuries. It's a massive KO to get to. I mean,
this wizard opportunity, I don't think I'd take it. But in next turn, like if you lose 3 players, all of a sudden it's like, wow, did I miss my best chance?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Because, like, that's the thing, right? I mean, if you don't hit the 4+ on the ball.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not awful by any means. Oh, I mean, that's another badly hurt too, right? I mean, that's the leader out as well.
Damn, he only has 5 rerolls now.
Yeah, but it's something.
No, it's true. I'm just being a little.
But yeah, I mean, so now you know you're gonna do your little cage die with the blitzer that as he does. Bring back Christopher to make it 2 die, I imagine, and then you have the add 6 to pick up, and it's not bad at all. 3+ 2 die. You have tackles, so pretty good chance to get the ball out.
And he does.
Then you're gonna kill Lawless.
Wouldn't that be something? Oh.
And that's one of those times where you're like, really? You had to catch it this time?
Yep.
I think on tabletop you would be allowed to re-roll that.
Not that he has a reroll, but that's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay. Well, now he's in a
And like he
weird
really
spot.
doesn't want to dodge, right? Because
No reroll.
right.
Plenty
And
of
I mean,
players you could move somewhere. I guess you just stay put. Whatever happens, happens.
and that's the other thing about using wizard. I definitely get it, but like part of it, I mean, as he's gonna be running low on players this whole time, if he doesn't get Dwight back, especially, I'm not entirely sure what he can do.
Snow Troll will just have to carry the day.
I mean, Snow Troll Blitz Ball, right?
Yeah. The good thing about Norse is that they're relatively simple to draft for. And plus, Asti last season literally didn't need any positional, and so he just traded up to grab a good lino. So this season he'll actually have to like draft. You just get some strength player that has like block and guard and mighty blow, and he's good to go. Did he just start a turn with the Snow Troll?
He used it early in the turn, but he needs to free this this line elf so that he can get 2 die on the ball. That's what he's doing here. That's not what you were hoping for by any means.
No, but now you get your 2 die here. Then you scatters. Oh,
You're okay with that? I mean, the stun's massive.
Yeah.
You have. Oh, he shows his blitz. So
correct.
there we. I mean, big pow right at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean outside of it's strange to say when there's like 3 players out, but Rose players are holding up fairly well, not too terribly. Yeah, and yeah, I mean I agree with Gart. That's a really that was a well played turn, right? That was a point where you could easily be tilting, especially with the removals we've had early. I think both coaches. I mean, is anyone surprised that both coaches are playing well? Like, is that a shock to anyone
at all? I suppose not. That's a weird spot. What's he doing here?
I mean, these are 2 of the 3 NBFL coaches who've won Wizards. I mean, won majors.
Won Wizards. And Super Bowls.
No, there's been more than 3 that won Super Bowls.
Right, but these guys have also won Super Bowls. Is what I was trying to get across.
Yeah, but we're focusing on impressive accomplishments.
See, the second you win an NBFL Super Bowl, it'll become impressive.
No, if it was impressive. Well, yeah, it's taken me so long. But no, I mean, obviously it is really impressive, right? I mean, they both won this league. I mean, Rose won at 4 different teams. They both won a major. I mean, one thing that we haven't really talked about is they both won this league with Norse.
It's true. That is about the rarest accomplishment we've seen.
So Rel really needs this win to just, he can't let Asti completely, take his Norse title.
The champion of the North. King of the North? Is that what the reference is?
Yeah.
Never watched Game of Thrones, but
yeah, I mean, if I'm Rel here, I don't... You're not stopping the score, right? Like, it's just not... the chance of it happening so low.
If you can, not get everybody knocked on their butt this turn and then have a good double stack for the final turns, maybe?
Asti has 2 turns left is the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Rel's, has enough players on pitch, I guess. What is it? It's 9 on 9 on pitch. I imagine we're going to see another... Well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is the big thing with Asti having this mighty blowout.
Not this one.
Yeah, I wonder which one he's going for.
That's the weird thing too. It's trying to pick which one to blitz on the
reroll.
Oof.
Yeah.
I still think it's dumb that big guys have both a nigga trait and loner. They're just so janky.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I wish they would have one or the other.
I get the thought for sure. It makes you know, I don't think it makes 100. It's not amazing like gameplay wise, but it does make sense with like the fluff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that complicated. Who did hits? I mean,
Oh my gourd.
bro.
Apparently, Miami is secretly a bunch of inquisitors for the Empire, just killing these heretical vampires.
Yeah, I mean, Rel listened to my advice. Yeah, this
let's
is
get a comp pick.
fucking true. Jesus, this is. Like at a certain point, like this is kind of like the Khazaric playoff game last year, right? Where like at a certain point I'm watching it and like I just kind of feel bad.
And that's one thing we never thought we'd say with Asti. Oh, and Rel leaves.
Time for Asti to message me about a concession. Forfeit win.
Asti trying to stay tough in the chat.
But I mean, this has been kind of the one thing, right? Like, I mean, Asti's played them so well. But at some point, like, there was going to be, I mean, Norse they get reset games. And Gotrick, who I don't believe he's listening, but he is watching, did partially do one of those a few games ago. But for the most part, like, especially because Asti just jumps on people so quickly, he's done a really good job at not giving up those chances. I mean, like, this is one where it's like, what could he have done? I mean, it's 18 blocks, 4 casualties, 3 of them being deaths.
Yeah, that's just, what's the word? Unlikely. Rel in the Discord chat saying he's got internet hiccups, but should be back, hopefully.
But yeah, I mean...
Alright, well, while we have a second, we can look at the rest of the playoff bracket. Looks like Rel's rejoining. So, NFC side, we already have the championship game set. That's the Green Banana Grabbers, the Los Angeles Glams. So far, so good for the Glams. They got through
Rel's back.
A weird game in the wild card. They got through their division rival in the next round, and now he's got Gru. And some team from Houston is waiting in the AFC Championship game for the winner of this game.
Yeah, they're not a threat. They've already done. They've completed all their goals. This is as good as they can expect to do.
Well, happy for them then.
Yeah.
Tombstone. Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, the Tombstone graphic. Is Rel going for the cage dive?
I'm assuming he was just going to blitz the backside of it with Mr. Meyer.
And then just mark.
And double stack in front, yeah. That was my assumption. I mean, I know this is late for just about 80% of the league. Or early, depending on where they are. But they're missing out on one heck of a game. Alright, so Rel's rejoined. He's still got 1 movement left on Mason. Hopefully he didn't goof or anything. Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, he's just screening in front.
So he's going to screen or blitz from the back, and then it'd be huge if he could get a dodge with Masters and, well, that's probably fine too. Oh.
Yeah, he wants to keep
Maya in the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good plan.
Yeah, definitely reasonable. I mean, it's, like, and then, like, I get that marking's just you're holding a player. I mean, Asti, like, at the beginning of the drive, or, well, at the beginning of the beginning of the game, I always said, like, even the beginning of the drive, right? I mean, he just lost Grimji as well. So now both of his switch threats are kind of gone. So a more traditional screen just is more likely to work.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's
a less impactful death.
It's a number. Now, obviously, like, Rel's completely fine cash-wise. So, like, it only matters so much. But
Man, we're getting a lot of specs I don't recognize at this point. Ooh. Daring reroll, perhaps, but
Spicy. I mean, I think he kind of had to do it. It's kind of. I mean, you look at it like, whoa, really? But like, he needs to, do stuff.
I mean, you needed the ball in scoring range before.
Yeah, Minnow, go ahead and look at the out, especially on the Norse.
Well deserved. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. He's still very much in this game. Some people can lose their best players and still win. So he definitely has a chance.
He's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
If he gets a score here, then he somehow gets a score on turn 8. Well, turn 16, I suppose. And then Rel doesn't get the one turn. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the 1-0 is Asti. Obviously all these removals make stopping the one turn difficult. Like harder, right? Like it's much easier. I mean, the odds go up so much with this many out. But still possible, you never know. I mean, maybe Asti removes another gutter or two. I am curious what the play is here for Rel. I mean, there's not. I mean, do you try to do the cage dive through the back?
There's no guard. You can get a 1 die if you want.
No, he's just gonna take a. He's just gonna try to keep getting removals.
Triple stack.
Because, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? Do you really want to dodge Meyer for a 1 die when, if you can't recover it, which I mean, he often can, but still 5+ to even get the ball on the ground. In this case, 4+, 5+.
He'd probably just catch it again.
Right, and yeah, you probably saw the score, but you kind of have to think. And he's gonna get a decent screen here as well.
Does have tackle on both these spots, which is very nice.
And then block here. I mean, this is one of the issues Asti has is he just doesn't have much players.
Yeah, that could be a problem. I think you have to go up top, but that Lino being there is actually really detrimental. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5,
I mean,
6,
you just do your blitz with the lineman, right? No, because you still block yourself.
Path again, man.
And you really don't want to dodge back there.
Sidestep at the bottom. That's also the problem with putting yourself on column 9. Not that I think it would have been easy to get your on column 8, but
you didn't have a choice. If you put it on 8, with one team having guard and the other not, it's just.
Yeah. Oh, he's just going straight through somebody. All right.
Okay.
Well,
there we go.
Enough, and yeah, not bad.
I mean, that's pretty much the right play. What else can you do? That was. I mean, it was really good defense by Rel. As you said, with that Norse where it was, it's the only place you could dodge is through tackle. 909. We do have Blight back, which could be big. I mean, I did ask these two before the game to kill everyone on the other team who has stats.
Yeah, Asti's really slacking.
Well, I mean, hey, Asti did get the Apo use on to Grogan, so I mean he's trying, but Rel's definitely winning in that front. Jesus, Asti's TV is going to be so low.
He's going to be lower than yours.
I mean, I was only 80. I wasn't very much below him to going into this game. So, I don't know, man. I don't want him to get a comp pick.
He's still got, 163 SVPs on Dwight, Snow Trolls up there. Lawless.
I mean,
it's close, probably.
Well, I mean, he had 6 players going in this. Now he's down to 3, right? I mean,
he's such a nice guy, though. Maybe we should give him one.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves Asti. He definitely never causes problems for anyone.
Are we putting an extra guy And we're going for it if we're Rel.
Yeah, well, I get marking Dwight somewhat, right?
Wow, Asti,
But
that's a tough day at the office.
yeah, I mean, this is, you could very easily see how this goes poorly. Yeah, he doesn't care if he loses players because it's Rel.
It depends which player.
He knows what he's doing. Some people start losing players and then just kind of put their head down, but he's not one of those. He's mainly sacrificing line rats. Like, the only positional he has on line of scrimmage isn't blockable. Like, the only extra hit he's really giving up is Stevenson hitting Gallagher, but now you're making so Stevenson's not blitzing.
And plus, that could happen.
Yeah, Asti, I don't get that at all. You can't be doing that.
I mean, he is block.
Sure, but I don't like. Why are you not doing your blocks elsewhere? I mean, I don't understand why you're not at least blocking with Dwight first.
Yeah, I mean, Dwight should be first.
Unless you had another plan with Dwight, which, hey, maybe you did.
Well, he doesn't really have break tackle or anything. And yeah, actually, that reroll really hurts since it's the second half, and he's lost his leader.
Yeah, so he's down to 3, but I think you probably had to let that one go, to be honest. It's a coin flip, and I don't know that. Asti's not winning this in overtime, most likely, right? Unless he gets a bunch of removals.
He would just have to get a bunch of removals and then get the ball first.
Yeah. Asti's saying what I'm thinking. Blitz with Dwight, so you can, if you get the knockdown, you then disengage, drop him back. Now you're going to be harried the entire way. Now all that marking by Rel means that he's going to get some extra hits himself. And yeah, you look at this, literally the Snow Troll and Dwight were the only 2 players that had 2 die blocks.
Yep.
And there wasn't really a way to create more unless he really committed a lot of his few players left, and you can't do that. Agility teams are all about giving up blocks at the right times, and yeah, yes, Minnow, Rel is,
yeah, Max marking the line
damn good at Blood Bowl.
It looks foolish, but when it works, it works. It reminds me of I guess it was a semifinal game between Menno and Fool in the NCBB a couple seasons ago. Fool made the playoffs as the 4 seed. There's another double skull. Made the playoffs as a 4 seed with St. Louis and ran into Menno. And one of his offensive setups where he had 7, 8 elves on the line, and Menno got a perfect D, and Necro, it's...
Oh, yeah. You can't...
that was bad. It just...
Yeah, Necro can crush you.
Yeah.
It's not Minnow knows this. But yeah, rats, in general, you're not sitting thinking, oh, I'm going to give up a whole bunch of blocks. But in this case, it's, very much potentially game winning. And it's, he's going to be giving up hits somewhere. I'm assuming we're getting Dwight blitzed again, right? Well,
I assume we're going up top, but it just feels like a weird, why would you let yourself get marked? But it does prevent him from getting that 2-die block up here.
Yeah, it's that perfect defense. With a double skull really adds to it, right? But now, Asti's now definitely playing
with 1 arm and 1 leg time behind his back.
Yeah, there's not a great path for him. It's not that it's impossible, but there's only so much you can do. I think that partially, I think this game has shown credit to Asti that he's been able to avoid these situations so well. But yeah, this is we'll see what he can pull off. It's it's never impossible, but
no, the only player who can really dislodge the ball I mean, I guess both Storm Vermin technically can. But obviously we're more worried about Meyer. If you can just, like, avoid him. I mean, the Gutter Runners they just can't. They don't have the tools to take it down. Unless you just, like, load up three of them and go for a... I guess that would still just
be the main thing is
it's
going to be just tough for Asti to keep everyone screened the way he needs to. Like, he's just... he really needed... I mean, to, like... I mean, it was, what, 9-9 players, right? Like, if without a perfect defense, I mean, maybe he can get it to, 9-7 at some point.
Surprising that he's going towards Meyer, but...
I mean...
You don't have a lot of options.
No. Ooh, I'm a bit surprised. Nice. I'm a bit surprised he didn't follow the error. Like, I get wanting to hold Yalms, but, like, I don't know. I mean, you're giving up. Hits matter right now to an extent, and that's a mighty blow hit. I mean, I guess you're giving a mighty blow hit, like, if he wants to, no matter what. And he's probably thinking that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Asti's thinking, "Fuck, man, I just got to get this in." Like, okay.
Another double skull.
I have to be honest though, like, did that one need to be re-rolled?
No.
Like,
if you take it, you're gonna lose any containment you have, but I'm not sure that's the worst thing.
I'm just thinking
it's
that
not good, but
I mean, obviously, you're hoping to get the actual stop, which he definitely can. I mean, I think that Rel's in a strong position, but I'm not sure what else is going to happen this turn that's going to make him more likely. Like, I mean, obviously, if you lose Yulms, that's massive, and I get wanting to avoid that. I'm just sitting here thinking, if Asti can somehow stabilize, if Asti does get a removal or two next turn, and all of a sudden it's looking like he's going to score, I mean, you might need that reroll just to force OT.
Yeah, are you willing to just run 3 rerolls for 6 turns at minimum and 14 turns at max?
I mean, if this goes 14 turns, then,
I mean, it didn't seem likely that my game would go the distance in overtime, but...
I did. And I mean, like, to be fair, I mean, when you look at this pressure, this is, Rel's probably right. I'm probably wrong here. Just looking at what his idea was, like, this is obviously quite strong.
Oof.
I mean, as far as snakes go, I don't think you care too much there.
No, but it would have been interesting to see if he could have put that somewhere where just Asti has no good options here.
Yes, I mean, yeah, you bring him there. I imagine. I mean, you may have even GFI'd with him and kind of blocked the back route.
Hey, Dwight's gonna be back in the play in theory.
Curious what we're gonna get here.
Okay, so Meyer does have tackle, and so you don't really want to just try to dodge through.
No, I mean, the easiest thing to do is you just block Troy Smith, and then you can blitz. Ooh, okay. Oh, he's just gonna try to.
Just gonna block.
Ooh. Double skulls everywhere, and yeah, I mean, this is a sidestepper.
At least that's
like,
relatively fair.
I kind of get what he's thinking, but like sidestep. I wonder if he missed it. I think, you follow here, right? 100%. Oh God, you can't do that.
I mean, he is a sidestepper as well.
Oh, yeah, but like,
I thought he was about to serve for right side step.
God. I mean, it's rats, right? Like, what? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to play rats, but I don't know. If he had balls, he would have gone and dodged away from Yalms and fouled. See what? No, I mean, I don't have any ulterior motive to want this.
No. Okay, so now we're looking from Rel's point of view. We do have a surf potentially on Skefel. It's not a good block right now, but it would be hard to surf Lawless at this point.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that snow troll going in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but you're going to be giving up surfs back if you do, but like you could. I mean, if you had to rerolls, you're going to do this more, but you could do a half dive blitz with Christopher to surf. Well, no, that won't work because then there's still a spot open. Yeah, I mean, there's not. Do you just like throw the one die and see what happens?
I was gonna say I'd almost, if that wasn't a -3. I'd be so tempted. Oof.
Well, he got him down.
Yep.
I mean, if that ended up being a push there, all of a sudden that.
Oh my god.
We need Asti to win this thing.
You need Asti to win this thing.
Come on, Asti. I got faith.
Fine.
I don't know how, but you can do this shit. Oof.
It is important to note that Stevenson does have tackle on the AG6, which doesn't seem significant, but in this case, forcing 2 dodges and then having to dodge out through Dwight again, in theory, could matter.
Oh, well.
Matters there.
Okay. I mean...
Alright, so now we have to surf Meyer somehow, some way.
I mean, you can't pick up... I mean, you're not going to be picking up in a tackle zone.
Not with that attitude.
I think you block with Dwight. Really want to knock down.
Oh, there's one.
Man, these Norse, I don't know where you're hitting. I need you to kill some players for me. Because I don't really have faith in you winning.
That would be an interesting choice to go on the ball. If it scatters anywhere up further than that. Ooh. Bad hit is also not insignificant.
Yeah, it's pretty insignificant in my opinion.
Considering that you want much more than that, yeah.
Okay. It's got the pickup, so that's something.
Where do you go?
Poof.
I mean, Rel does not have a lot back here, it's true.
Okay.
Dodge.
I was gonna say, I mean, yeah, I guess you had to do it, right? I mean, yeah, this is such like an interesting, like this definitely, like this feels like old school, like DRP where people had, 12 or 13 players, not necessarily in NBFL, but I mean, my entire NBFL had experience, but where it's like, okay, my 7 versus your 7, let's go.
Put up your dukes. Let's see who can last the longest.
Rerolls going fast
and furious. We're not sponsored by that movie series, unfortunately.
I mean, if Lawless had stayed on the pitch, Asti would be feeling really good right now. But no, Minnow, he's just putting pressure on. You've got to let that go. Okay, I mean, it's working, so like, can't complain too much. I mean, it's
move the line rat first.
I mean, he's pretty committed, right, to these rerolls. At this point, like, you're just trying to get things done.
He said, "I'm going to win this game before it gets to overtime, before I ever have to try to one turn."
Yeah, I mean, there's a really good chance he does. And like with the players Asti's missing, it's not like there's great opportunities for Asti. I mean, I do think this turn's not incredibly complex for Asti. I think like you do your blocks and back, you got to drop backwards with the ball because you can't go forward safely. You really need to get somebody out if you're Asti again.
You do have some time though. You've got 4 turns, but
he can't push forward guard. I mean, you push forward, you lose.
Yeah, I mean, strength 4 line rat, gutter runner.
He might, but he can't do it. I mean, can't's obviously not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Shouldn't, yeah. Yeah, you have to go back. I mean, at worst, you just hold the ball and hope to get it first in overtime, and hope to get the KO back, hope to bonk a rat or 2 on the way there.
Yeah, I mean, see what you can do. Yes.
Because trying to expose yourself for like, I don't know how low a percentage play it would be to like send a couple guys forward and try to score. Let's just say.
I mean, it's just
10%
the issue is where's the other one? The 2 strength 4 rats, right? Like, I mean, there was a strength 4 rat blocking the clear approach forward, who was also and then you had another one in Yalm. So like you can't get away from them. I mean, this is having all 3 of your stud vampires out, 2 of them dead. I mean, this team does not have the tools to do much of anything, right? Like, I mean, there's removals on the other side, but I mean, that's partially the teams too. Asti's super top heavy. I mean, both are obviously, but we've got more good players, I'd say, on the rats. I mean, A, they're rats, and B, the stats are spread over 7 guys instead of basically just concentrated on 3. That being said, this is a unbiased commentary, and so we all want Asti to win. You there, X?
Yeah, I'm just.
Or did I lose you?
No, I'm just trying to think, man. It's tough decisions.
He doesn't have. I mean, he has like literally like what, more than half of his TV on the bench.
You mean, is that what you call a bench?
Yeah,
we call that the forever box.
Right. I mean, they can't come back in, but they're on the sideline.
All right, I gotta find this image.
Okay. I mean, Minnow, it's not really luring him. It's turn 6. Asti has to go forward full movement every turn now. So I don't actually love this from Rel. I think. It's not. I mean, Rel's in a good spot, right? But like, there's definitely things Asti can do here, right? He blocks King to DeWitt. He blitzes out with Dwight. He gives himself some sort of cage-like structure, I guess. Oh, that's actually bad.
Well, if you're gonna do it, you wanted him to be free.
I mean, I guess you're gonna now dodge with the other Dolt and go and oh, never mind. I keep forgetting that Goulash has strength 4. The strength 4 line rat I said was bad at the beginning of the game.
Apparently,
and then
he's the huge linchpin of this.
His threat's been quite nice.
Oh no.
Okay, that's game.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I just like. When the Norse have taken 6 casualties and only done 3, they're probably going to lose.
I posted a meme in the chat. That's the theme for the game.
I'm going to be honest, man. I don't completely understand internet humor.
Oh. Well, basically, these players are dead. Forever.
Yes, that's how it works.
Yeah, and coffins are in the shape of a box. There's a knockdown and a ball scatter there. So when you fuck up and die, you go into the forever box, and you don't get out.
What kind of shitty Norse is using a fucking coffin? I think they put them on boats and set them on fire.
Not today.
Like, you gotta, like, it just don't make no damn sense. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of insane, but like, I do think that just trying to get Troy Smith the legend, like, you're in such a strong spot. Isn't that the play?
Bonk. Tags up the other guy. Troy Smith pickup.
All right. Well played by Rel. I mean, like, brutal game. Come on, Asti. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, just dodge a bunch with Dwight.
6, 7. Nope, he can't reach with Dwight. He's right.
But he can take this guy with him.
This was a game. Oh, come on.
Damn.
Come on. I feel like Minnow here. Like one rat dying. Like, come on, man. This is a little more fair.
But he's missing.
Rel should score here. I think. But, no, I mean, I'd seriously consider scoring in Rel's.
What is the
situation? Put my line rats on the line of scrimmage, and kind of. I mean, I guess it's probably not going to matter, but like, I don't know. Yeah, but
Dutch, you're not even in his division.
Dutch, you're wrong here. Like, the winning team needed to take the deaths. That's what we all wanted here. Yeah, never mind. I mean, this is fine. I took the score too quickly, but like, I just don't see any way. Asti turned 16 to me, and now, you know. I guess all my gutters are safe. It really doesn't matter. But if Asti could go and, you know, foul kill something for me, we'd appreciate it. Oh, what an asshole.
He tried.
All right, I'm booing that.
All right, well, it was a hell of a game between these two coaches, and only an hour, which is incredibly nice. But looks like Rails can get out of here mostly unscathed, unlike the Norse.
He could misclick it. He could nom this.
Oh, wow. To have something like that named after you's got to be just brutal. Oh, no, we were definitely entertained. There's only one person here who's booing for very personal reasons. All right, well, Miami, the #1 seed, survives and advances. I'm not sure that's technically accurate. They laid a whooping on the adults in the casualty department.
Yeah, they had no interest in not winning, that's for sure.
Yep. All right, Asti scrapped to the end, though, and just couldn't quite hold on with what he had left. But I'm sure he'll draft a couple guys and be right back. Welcome, Asti. It's, wow.
And that was such a fun game, though.
Wait, should I turn off the stream before we do this, or?
I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad. I think Rel played really good. I really enjoyed the game. I think it was very close all the way to the end. And it turned, you know, on a few small dice rolls if they had gone other way, you know. But yeah, overall, it was a great game.
No, you're absolutely right. It was entertaining. It was tactical. It was brutal. It was everything we could have wanted from a playoff game.
Guys, I'm 1260 TV.
Yeah, that's why I was openly cheering for you to win by the end.
Oh, you guys want to know something else?
What's up?
Sure.
I have the big guy and I have the runner, and that's it.
Yeah. Somebody was mentioning you're gonna get comp picks.
I went from like one of the biggest Norse teams to having no team,
Well,
but that's the way Norse goes.
Also, the only Norse team, but yeah.
That was fun though. At first I didn't like how Rel was. I thought him basically going all in on turn 3 after I injured his gutter runner, and when he killed Floki, I wasn't sure about that blitz. I was like, if he doesn't get me down, he's gonna have trouble protecting the ball. But then he got me down and he killed Floki, so
yeah,
he showed me who the boss was.
Yeah, he
God
did.
damn.
He really did. All right, well
Yeah,
that's gonna be it for us. I'll turn this off, but it was a hell of a game. So, thank you, Asti. Thank you, Rel. Thank you, Baz. Anyone else? And we'll catch you next time, hopefully.
Man, it started pretty well too for me.